YouTube! Hello, everybody. This one's going to be fun. This one's about momentum. And I think momentum is probably some of the most important things in my life. It's just keeping the momentum. Because momentum builds discipline. And at the end of the day, momentum loves imperfection. Momentum doesn't need perfection. Because momentum loves imperfection. Momentum just needs you to start. That's all momentum needs, you know? Let's get comfortable for this one. Let's get a bit casual. Momentum, ooh, my house is slanted. But momentum loves imperfection. It does. It's simple. Because when you're imperfect at something, it doesn't really matter. The only thing that really matters is that you're doing it. Waiting to be ready and letting your momentum crumble is just procrastination. It's silly. It's really silly. I know when I go lift, and I start on a Monday, and then I go Tuesday, and then I go Wednesday, and then I get the momentum started, the next day is easier. But the day when I stop, in all honesty, it's harder. The great Bennett Foddy once said, starting over is harder than starting up. It's just the reality of the situation. Because when you start over, you remember how easy it once was. And it makes it harder to start again. Because at the end of the day, that's what we all want. We all want to start. We all want to find a rhythm to keep doing something that we like doing. And we all just want to progress. That's why we do anything. That's why we work these meaningless jobs. Well, in my eyes are meaningless. I hope that your job isn't, but that's why we do these things, is to progress. Nobody wants to stand still. Nobody wants to just be like, okay, yeah, I'm cool making the $45,000 to $60,000 a year job for the rest of my life. I don't feel like getting a promotion. I don't feel like bettering. Nobody thinks like that. Nobody picks up a new hobby. Nobody starts doing something and they're just like, I'm going to be mediocre. I'm going to suck at this for the rest of my life. And that's okay. I think that us as humans, we start things to progress. And somehow we've lost that meaning. We've mixed progression with perfection, and we think that they both go hand in hand when really they don't. To be perfect at something is impossible. There's no such thing as a perfect guitar player. There's no such thing as a perfect chess player. There's no such thing as a perfect YouTuber. But there's such thing as people who dedicated their life to progression and have gotten pretty darn close to perfection. And it probably took them years, decades of just sucking but progressing in order to get where they are now. And we forgot that the progress is what we want. It's what makes things fun, is to progress. Every expert that you've ever admired in your life started messy. They started uncertain, and they started scared. I started this YouTube channel scared. I'm not too scared right now. I'm feeling pretty comfy. But I'm doing something imperfectly. And at the end of the day, that beats doing nothing perfectly. It beats it every day of the week, baby. And me, I learn by moving. I learn by doing. I don't learn by waiting, and I don't learn by painstakingly planning and then throwing away the plan and starting a new plan because it's not perfect, and then next thing I know, I'm paralyzed with fear and I haven't done anything. Momentum is caused by motion. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for momentum. We're looking for rhythm. We're looking for a reason to do something and a reason to keep doing it. And none of that comes from hesitation. Small steps repeated over and over and over again. Just tortoise in the hare, man. Slow and steady beats getting burnt out and then doing nothing. Small steps repeated over time outweigh steps that never happen. Outweighs the perfect steps that you're dreaming about making that you don't do because you're too busy planning out how many inches should I step this time. No. And then you're scared to make a mistake. I'm often scared of making mistakes. Obviously now I'm not. I'm making mistakes in all of my videos because I don't think of them as failures anymore. They're just signals. They're just reminders that I'm doing something and I'm trying my best. And you can translate that to anything. Anything that you want to get good at, it's just a matter of how many mistakes can I make. That's all it should really come down to. Is I need to make the most mistakes possible in order to learn what mistakes are in this field, so therefore I can do better at it. That's a great mindset to have, rather than I'm scared to make a mistake. Rather than just waiting for clarity. Just start. Just start. Make a mistake, adjust to that mistake, and then just repeat. Just make an action, because action builds confidence. It's all it takes. Nobody wakes up with confidence. Everybody's unconfident when they start. Confidence doesn't build action in every case. Yeah, I guess it could. But action builds confidence. And in order to get confidence, you need to act. So don't be scared. Don't be scared to do something that you want to do. Don't let fear of being wrong stop you from being consistent at something. Be consistently wrong. That's better than consistently doing nothing. And I'm going to keep repeating that. Because the first step will always, 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 always be messy. And that's okay. That's the fun. Because then you get to look back on your first step and be like, wow, look how much I've improved. That's the best feeling in the world. I've been making videos for over a year. I look back at my first video was pretty good. My second video sucked. My second video sucked so bad. And I look back on it and I'm like, wow, look at how much I've improved. Look at how happy I am. Look at how much fun I'm having. I'm glad I didn't wait. I'm glad I kept the momentum going. And I'm glad I was imperfect the whole way. Because that's what gave me the momentum to keep going. I started before I felt ready. I took action instead of waiting, because action beats waiting every single time. So here's my advice to anybody who's made it this far. Don't wait to be perfect. Make your move, adjust to your mistakes, and then keep moving. And the more you do, the less mistakes are going to matter. It doesn't matter. I promise you mistakes don't matter. As long as you keep going. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'll catch you next time. Later!